at the beginning of the live stream early, and just good to see you there. As long as you guys are up during these night owls versions of the live stream, it's always good to see you. So I was thinking of kind of some other themes and topics, and realized that the Bricklink Designer Series is out, released out there. If you guys are familiar with that, the Bricklink Designer program has private designers for Lego sets, and they're released limited time, and quite a few of them are pretty impressive. The only thing that's, well, yeah, I think the only thing that is not fun or impressive is the price range. But I was saying how like a lot of these 2026 sets haven't been that exciting, at least not yet, especially with maybe it's because a lot of stuff sold out and was on back order, but just those smart brick sets, just a lot of things that were not impressive or are not impressive. But these Bricklink sets, there's some really interesting ones. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it'd be cool to see what you think. I was gonna check those out and see what you guys think. Oh, Brick Together Raid, let's go. Awesome. We got Brickable World here. We got Tommy Bricks, John Powell, Subway Dude, Brick Together. The raid has begun. Oh, so fun. And Mayo. Love it. Man, I didn't even know you guys were Brick Together. I checked like, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half ago, and I didn't see you guys live streaming. Were you guys live streaming? The only person I saw live streaming earlier than me was Mac Builds Bricks, but I didn't see anybody else. What is going on with my subscriptions? This is so cool to see all you guys. Mayo, Brick Together, ended up pretty late tonight. Ah, okay. Strictly Brickly. How fun. Love all the names. Subway Dude, all you guys. So please do add into the chat what you guys were all talking about over there. That is fun. Brick Together, I emailed you guys back about whenever works for you guys for a collab. It doesn't have to happen like right away. You know, I am pretty easygoing. So if you guys need to kind of space out your schedule, that's fun. So whenever it happens, that'll be good. And I guess I could check my email again and see maybe you guys updated what you want to do. But that'll be fun when we can collab. I know you guys and Mayo. Oh, maybe was it today that you guys collabed? Darn it, did I miss that? If I didn't miss it, that's good. But either way, Brandy said she'll email you back here in just a minute. She was at work and didn't get a chance to earlier today. Yeah, no worries. You guys take your time. This is the fun part. This is our pastime, building Lego, talking Lego, building our community, which is becoming so fun, so impressive. Oh, okay, so your guys' collab is tomorrow. All right, cool. I didn't miss it. Welcome, you guys. Todd Campbell says it's been fun to play D&D with Legos. Ah, I've never heard of that. I mean, I think I know what you mean, but I didn't know that was a. Oh yeah, it is. There's a total D&D Lego set that I don't think is retired yet. Yes, I am Subway Dude. Building up the Jurassic Park set. I got about this far with the. I was gonna say dragon. Now that you guys said that, with the T-Rex build, and pretty substantial build. Lots of pieces. Just in that mid section, I like the fact that the tail piece is flexible. I get ideas now that we mentioned D&D. You could, well, if you have a lot of Lego pieces laying around, you could mod this and turn it into Godzilla. Switch out some of the plates for green colored plates or some lime green colored plates, and yeah, you could. I think you could mod this pretty well. So yeah. This is the set. I've been going in my backlog for a lot of builds lately. So this is 76956, 1,212 pieces. The T-Rex breakout. It has been a really fun build, and throws me off a little bit because bags 1 and 2, maybe it's because I've been building small bill or small sets, and then Harry Potter sets after or before that. But you know, bag 1 and 2 was just the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer, souped up Ford Explorer. But what a cool vehicle. And this will be a fun display piece amongst all the other display pieces I have crammed back here behind me. So, oh my goodness, let me say hello to the chat, and thanks guys for all being here. Yeah, please leave a like. Thanks to Brick Together and whose ever idea it was to raid. I love it. So Subway Dude says, why must you go live right before I'm going to sleep? Ha, Subway Dude, because we know you need more Lego in your life. That's why, or at least Lego talk. So I understand though. I do not feel your pain, but I join in your joy for Lego. That's what I do. Brickable World with the raid. John Powell, psh, saying hello. Tommy Bricks, psh, Brick Together, psh, Subway Dude, psh, Mayo, psh, I think I did this already. I'll do it again. Strictly Brickley, psh, love that name. That's so fun. Let's see, I think I saw another name. Where was it? Todd Campbell. Psh, be fun to play D&D with Legos. Oh, that's what you said. Okay. Let's see. Drop Bear Bricks. Oh my goodness, haven't seen you in a while. Psh, Drop Bear Bricks is back. Good day. Sorry, haven't been on for a while. 3-year-old was sick. Then our Starlink died and we were without internet for 3 weeks. But all is okay now. Oh my goodness, Drop Bear Bricks. Psh, you've had yourself, oh man, almost a month of a lot of things going on. Well, I'm glad to see you're here and hope everything is better. Everyone is healthy and your internet is obviously working. So, you know, that's always a good thing. Candy, oh my goodness. Candy Girls 23. Wow, that's an amazing set. Yay, love Lego. Thank you, Candy Girls. Good to see some new names here. Hello to time. So some of you guys know each other already. Love the raid. Got some new names in here. Drop Bear Brick says to Subway Dude, some of them actually had feathers, which is actually wild. Ah, you guys had a conversation I missed. Brick Together says, this is a cool looking build, Brick Therapy. Yes, this one, it's been quite of a variety lately, from Harry Potter to Jurassic Park to the DeLorean set from Back to the Future. And then in between my double header on Monday, I was working on an alt brick set here, the Helm's Deep build, alt brick set. And someone asked me how much I got this for, because I was saying these alt brick sets, you gotta at least try a couple to see if it's worth investing in the real thing. And this one definitely, this is actually, I think the bricks in this are pretty darn close to Lego quality. I haven't had any complaints. This is one rare moment where I've gotten an alt brick set and nothing is missing yet. No pieces are missing. It took a while to get here. I think it was about a month and a half. And yeah, somebody asked me what the price was. I think I only paid $30 for, there's more to this. This is like bag 1 to 3, I think. And I think there's 9 bags total. But yeah, it was like around $30. I don't remember, I don't know. I have to look up what the original set was, or cost of the original set was, and how much it is now as a retired set on Lego or on Bricklink, because I think that set was 13 years ago already now, like 2012, maybe it last, actually, let me just look it up. The Helm's Deep set, anyway, I think it was about 13 years ago. And I hope they do more sets like that. Oh my goodness, yeah, so it's, if you buy the Lego version of this set, it's 500, well, the price range is $500 to, oh, where was it? $500 used. And if you happen to find a new one, over $1,000. Yeah, so a $30 alt brick price, maybe it was $35. Not a bad deal. And you know, if you're a Lego purist, that's the issue. But I figure, you know what, I can justify it in this way. I want to see what the build is like, and if the build is good, then I can think about investing in something beyond that. So good to see you, Drop Bear Bricks. Welcome, Candy Girls. And oh, there's another new name I saw here. For I guess I scrolled past. Where was it? Where was it? I missed the name. Let me go back up to the chat here. Let's see, Todd Campbell. So Todd and Candy Girls, welcome to you guys being new to the channel. At least my channel, I think. I don't think I've seen you guys before. Candy Girl says, "What was the hardest build you've ever done?" Somebody asked me that a couple days ago, and honestly, I can't think of something that, there's always something annoying. Like even when I was building the DeLorean, the Back to the Future set, you put these flexible kind of Lego piping pieces, or it's more like a rubber, and it goes around the lining of the car, and they have to like thread through some Lego clips, and they don't stay in place. It wasn't difficult, but it doesn't work the way the instructions show. At least for me, that was annoying. But most difficult, actually, probably recent build wise, probably the Bumblebee Transformer set. And maybe I didn't follow the instructions. Where did I put it? It's not in this conglomeration. I thought I had it on my shelf around here. But the Bumblebee set, oh my goodness, that thing. Especially when you transform it, it just falls apart on you. So I think that one, if I was to think of recent memory, yeah, the Bumblebee Transformer set. Now I built the Star Wars ship sets, built Barad-dûr over the summer with my son, and Rivendell, very sophisticated looking sets, and nothing was as much a headache as that. So yeah, good question. Can we get 20 likes, says Tommy Bricks? Psh, we're halfway there, thanks to you guys, thanks to the raid. Hey, Mrs. Brick Together. Psh. Hey, to Mrs. Brick Together. Good to see you guys. Sounds like you were busy today and went late into your stream. I'm sorry I missed. I checked earlier. I guess I didn't check late enough though. Good to see all you guys. Helms Deep, that's amazing. Yes, brother. Yeah, this is good. I also bought the alt brick version of Orthonk Tower. So we got Treebeard here. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan of sorts, or you just know the story, that's Lord of the Rings. And it's fun talking to you guys. I haven't even started building anything yet. I'm on bag 4 of the Jurassic Park build, which basically looks like the bottom half of the dinosaur, the T-Rex here. So the two legs, I don't know if you call them legs, the two legs and claws, the clawed feet here. Okay, so at least I got the bag open. Lots of little pieces. And Jurassic Park has gone through a couple transformations in terms of the movie franchise. There was the original movie and then the newer version. I think a lot of Lego sets are built on the newer movie version, but I like this set because it's the original with the two kids. I don't remember the names of the characters, and the Jeff Goldblum Lego fig. So if you have collected a lot of Lego, I think there's probably 2 Jeff Goldblum minifigures, which is kind of fun. You're talking about nostalgia, 1980s till now type of Lego trivia. How many Jeff Goldblum minifigures are there out in the world? Now I know there's one in Jurassic Park, and where's the other one? Maybe you guys know. I think there's another one. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's another one. So yeah, Helms Deep says Strictly Brickley. Helms Deep looks so cool. It is cool, and enjoying the build, and that'll be my super late live stream when I do some of that. I don't know if I'll do all of it as a live stream, but it's fun. I'm planning to do that as a like a regular video review, like I did with the Orthonk Tower. So if you haven't looked at our channel lately, there are more than live stream videos on there. There's a lot of shorts, but there's several videos that my son and I did before we started doing live streams, and one that I'm trying to get more traction on, because it takes a lot of more time to just do a regular video and edit it. But I did one on the Orthong Tower, so check that out. If you guys haven't checked that out, that would be fun for us and you, I think. And then I did another cool video, 10 Lego sets that we missed out on that I wish I had in my collection. Despite, everything behind me and, all of us who collect Lego in our grown-up years here. As a dedicated, avid collector of anything, you will always be asked, how much is enough? And your answer will always be, just one more. Just one more Lego set. And so you can see what just one more turns into. So there we go. Subway Dude says, I should go to sleep to see you. So see you later. Sorry I couldn't stay long. No worries, Subway Dude. Don't forget to leave a like. Thanks for saying hello, and go get some rest, man. Brick Together says, so interesting story. There was a malfunction with a T-Rex when it came down through the sunroof of the SUV. Oh, in the movie itself. So the terror on those kids' faces in that scene was absolutely real. There's been quite a few of those behind the scenes stories. That's interesting. I'm trying to think of another equivalent of that's cool, Brick Together. Oh yeah, another 80s movie right at the tail end of the 80s. So when we were talking about, what would be some cool Lego sets that could come out related to 80s movies, mentioned quite a few. Die Hard was one I threw out there. And then I think it was Brit and Bricks who brought us back to reality and said, no, you can't do that because it's got military references to, or it does have military equipment in it, like the helicopters, the military helicopters in it and all that. But in that movie, near the end, when Hans Gruber is about ready to be let go and, fall to his impending doom, although he was already shot. But anyway, in that scene when they filmed it, I don't know how high he was above ground to capture that shot, but they didn't tell him that he was actually going to be let go before he knew if there was any safety barrier. So the fear on his face was like actually fear of he was going to fall down some several, I don't know, feet. So that's kind of fun. Another fun movie story. So yeah, Brick Together, that's so cool. Let's see. Tommy Brick says Lex and Tim, that's it, are the names of the two kids. I think you told me that before, Tommy Bricks. Thank you, Lex and Tim. So we got Lex and Tim and Professor, well, I don't know the character's name, so Tommy, you can tell me about whoever Jeff Goldblum's character was. You found out that you could, but you didn't ask if you should. So many good lines from Jeff Goldblum in several movies. Hello, little L Bricks. Psh, hello, hello. Brick Together says hello. John Powell says, yes, it should be from Thor Ragnarok. Goldblum was in that. That's the one I'm referring to, John Powell. Yes. What was he called? Was he called like the Game Master or something like that? The Game Master? The Grand Master. Thank you, little Brick Therapy, who's listening in the background. The Grand Master. Also, I think, is this true? His brother was the collector in the Guardians movies. So yeah, very fun. Some movie theory there. Brick Together says, hey, little Brick Therapy in the background. He waves back. Little Brick Therapy. Dude, say hello real quick. I got a raid of all the friends. There he is. Hey, we got matching shirts. Might have to go on this other angle here. There he is. There's little Brick Therapy. Wait, really? There's his hand. There's his hand. And a high fives. Nice. Hey, welcome. We've got, is it Ty or, oh my gosh, how do you say this? Or is it Tidge? Tinge Manlock. I'm not sure how you say that. Or is it Ty or Tidge Manlock? Have you Lego Star Wars? Yes, we do. I'm in the wrong setting. There's more in the other place the other room where I video. But the only thing I can show you here is, where is it? This is kind of a fun Where's Waldo moment. The gingerbread AT-AT. So yeah, that's not the most iconic of Lego Star Wars. Oh wait, I got another one I can grab. I have another Lego Star Wars I can grab for you, because why not? As it swooshes in, got the R2D2, what do you call it? Han Solo Millennium Falcon. Very cool build. One of my favorite Star Wars sets of all time right here. The White Falcon. There you go. So glad you asked, Teach. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let's see. Brick Together. Little Bricks is here. John Powell says the sunroof popped out and wasn't supposed to. There we go. From the Jurassic Park movie. Yes, John Powell knows his facts. Not Your Mom is here. Psh, welcome, Not Your Mom. Life finds a way. Yes, Brick Together. Another line there. Life finds a way. So, did you know the fall was real? Little Old Brick says. Oh yes, from that to Die Hard. Yeah, so I don't know how far it was, but he was not aware of it. So that they got the full-on facial expression from Alan Rickman, the actor. Hey, Little Brick Therapy, says Brick Together. So awesome. Brick Boss Meister. Hello, ladies and gentle bricks. We're back again. Psh! Brick Boss is back. Good to see you guys. Good to see all you guys back. Dang, and the Mos Eisley Isle Cantina. That's a dream set I missed. Yes, there's always a set that you miss. And the one I keep harping on, or lamenting about, I should say, not harping, lamenting about is the Welcome to Apocalypseburg set. That set was, or is, one of my major, that's like probably number one on the wish list of retired sets. Welcome to Apocalypseburg. Okay, so this is kind of fun. This piece I discovered when I got back into Lego, and I was like thinking, what in the world, what Lego piece would this possibly be used for? And then I think, were these used in Bionicle? No, maybe it wasn't Bionicle. But anyway, it reminds me of those sets when Little Brick Therapy was really little, like preschool age guy, and he was building Lego with us. I had him, actually my older son had him when we got our first giant Lego set together. It was the Ninjago City Docks. And if you've ever gotten any of those modular or those big Ninjago City sets, there's always an emphasis on, I was gonna get the Dragon Shrine, Stone Shrine, but I don't want to pick it up. I'll knock down about half the things behind me. Those Ninjago Lego sets always have like a base of water, and you gotta, build up a bunch of tile pieces and everything. And then, yeah, you get a ton of clear blue tile pieces to put down, which can become pretty monotonous. I think what is clever, although, about that, of those type of builds, is you're going to do that, but you're building for the final outcome of the set. So your excitement to build the rest of the set makes you push through on the blue tile part. But yeah, when we got that giant set, our first giant set of Lego as a family, I gave that to Little Brick Therapy, or my older son gave that to Little Brick Therapy, and he built that part up with gusto, man. He's like, give me the big set. I can do it all by myself. And he was so excited to do something. Kind of used his enthusiasm for Lego child labor, if you can call it that. Brick Boss says, I see you on a tree. Got the tower, Brick Boss Meister says. Yes. Oh, the Helm's Deep? Maybe that's what you're talking about? Yes. This one, I don't know if you're referring to the Daily Bugle back there, but yeah, this is the alt brick. This one is. These are both alt brick. To see what the build would be like for those, 13-year-old Lord of the Rings sets. So bummed. Hey, Beans is back. Psh, Beans is here. Beans is back. That sounds funny. Good to see all you guys. So when I started out the live stream, it was so fun to have you guys all raid the live stream, and If you're still here, thanks for being here. One of the things I was bringing up is not being super excited about 2026 Lego sets, but then I got notification on the Bricklink Designer Program sets, Series 7, I guess it is now. And those are out right now. About 4 days left to, I guess, pre-order. And I've never bought one of these sets. They're always so pricey. I think that's probably, and I don't know if I ever will. I know there's Lego sets that we all like and talk about that are just as expensive, but this, you know, I don't know, this feels like you are really, you know, these type of sets, you're really going out on extra commitment to get one of these sets. But I think two of these, the Sushi Restaurant and the Privateer Frigate Fortuna, are really amazing looking builds. And I think those would be, one of those would be really, especially the frigate, the ship there. The Sushi Restaurant might be cool, but I'm guessing John Powell could probably attest to this. There's probably a good Lumi Bricks version that's like that Sushi Restaurant. The only other thing is though, including the details, the minifigures that come with the frigate look amazing. There's 20 minifigures that come with that ship, and they look so cool. I have in our collection, of course, the El Dorado Fortress over here, which would be a fun companion display piece to that set. And then we have the, oh gosh, the Pirates of Barracuda Bay ship also. So that would be a fun addition to the collection. And, you know, of course, adding up your list of things, of wants, wishes and wants for Lego, that's the hard part, because you commit to one of those, that's like $300 to almost $400 in on a set, on a Bricklink Designer set. And then, you know, I think when you pre-order them, then you got to wait several months before you actually get the set. So it's, these have definitely got to be made, intended for collectors. The Sushi Restaurant looks really cool though also. So I don't know if you guys have looked at those, but I'm really impressed by those. Bean saying hello. Brick Boss says, not related to Lego, but 2026 feels kind of, I don't know, kind of sad. Sorry to be a bummer. Yeah, Brick Boss Meister, if you look at the macro of news and everything, I would agree. There's a lot to be concerned about. But thankfully, it's good to have a community here, and we can build Lego and have a little bit of a diversion. Definitely not to be ignoring what's going on in the real world, but this is a good place to, you know, take a break from all that, right? John Powell says those are just taking votes before picking the 5 finalists. Oh, okay. So even though there's the pre-order for those, John Powell, it's still not decided, it sounds like. Brick Boss says, have you seen the Lego Willy Wonka set and thought about buying it if you don't own it already? Yeah, you know, I saw that, Brick Boss. Initially, I thought that was a pretty cool set to consider, but then I don't know. I don't think it appealed too much to people. It went on a serious discount over Christmas, around Christmas time. Like Target had it on sale for like 40% off or something like that. And then Lego offered quadruple insider points for it, and which, you know, was tempting a lot of people. I think a lot of people bought it for that price. And then I looked at it more closely. The minifigures would be fun to own as a collection, but I'm not gonna just invest in a set just for the minifigures. But the build itself, it was like the chocolate river and all that. It just seemed like a lot of that color, and it just, I don't know, just not interested. And it's kind of, there's not much depth to it from what I remember looking at that set. I love the movie. The story is awesome. I love the movie and the story, you know. And of course, I do like the fact that they built the set based on the older movie, what was it, 1970? I think the movie was from 1970, from the Gene Wilder character being Willy Wonka. That was all cool. It'd be fun to have a Lego minifig with him. I'm assuming, I haven't looked, now that you're asking that and now I'm thinking about it, speaking of Bricklink, I'm assuming that there's some people that are selling just that minifigure if you wanted to buy him. If that's actually, that'd be more a consideration for me. I wonder how overpriced it is right now, but that would be probably the best way to go if I wanted anything from that set. But yeah, I don't know. It seemed cool at first, and then I got kind of lost interest in it. But yeah, good question. Um, Brick Together got 2 of the Bricklink sets delivered today, John Powell says. Oh, which ones? I haven't ordered any of those. I've been tempted. There's been a few. They do a lot of the castle theme version of those sets. There was one that came out maybe 2 years ago that seemed like a good counterpart to the Lion's Night castle that was retired. But yeah, just the price is so detrimental. I mean, it's I think it's a fair price. I just, if you're collecting more into the regular Lego sets, like yeah, if you're just looking at the modular sets or something like that, then it's hard to then get one of those. But one of those has to really stand out. And this time, I really love that Privateer Frigate Fortuna. That one's pretty sweet looking. And 20 minifigures, it looks really good. The sushi restaurant also captures my attention, but I feel like Lumi Bricks, there might be a cheaper option there. Or just have a Ninjago or Monkey Kid set. You kind of go off of those themes already and have something like that. The off-road adventure and the mine, says John Powell. Okay, so that's what Brick Together got. Little Brick says, did you see my post? What if Lego made Mater from Disney's The Cars movie, says Little Bricks. Is Mater the tow truck? What if? I think they did. I think they made all those characters, at least for Duplo, because we have somebody gifted us a bunch of the Duplo sets from the Cars movie, and I think we have one of those, although that's not regular Lego, but yeah, so they sort of have already. That would be kind of fun. I like Little Bricks, the ones that you have been working on though. That Dukes of Hazzard one, that would be a fun one to get. Brick Boss says the Lego Willy Wonka set was a very cool idea with some amazing minifigures, but it's definitely for the diehard fans of the movies. Probably a fun one-time build, but wouldn't keep it on display. Yeah, I'm with you there. The minifigures are fun. The builds, it looks okay. I mean, it's definitely from a cool, probably the most, big scale parts of the movie, like big scale scenes. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I think the Willy Wonka minifigure would be the one to have. Maybe Charlie, the other minifigure. I don't know. Drop Bear Brick says, yeah, the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka was 1971. There you go. I thought that movie was so interesting. Every time I watch it, because it's, you can watch it on streaming. Every time I watch it, it makes chocolate bars look so good. There's something about the way they filmed it, or just seeing the chocolate bars with that like shiny tinfoil wrapping and the kind of like a Kit Kat used to be packaged. Oh my gosh, yeah. Even though as I'm talking about it, I'm like, yeah, I could go for a Willy Wonka bar. I think they actually sell those. But yeah, so good. Let's see. Little Brick says, I was 5 years old when the original Willy Wonka came out. I'm now turning 60 on Friday. Little Bricks, happy pre-birthday. How fun. Brick Boss says, 1971. Oh, where have the times gone? Wasn't even around then, says Brick Boss. So yeah, congratulations. Your 6th decade, Little Bricks. That's crazy. Drop Bear Brick says, I just turned 40 and I sometimes feel like it was a 1960s movie. Yeah, it's on the cusp of the 60s had just come to an end, and they hadn't gone like full into the 1970s look with all the browns and orange colors and the big hair, or the big thick kind of shaggy looking hair. But I don't know, maybe hippies were kind of looking like that already. But yeah, and then the way it's filmed and everything, it does have a little more of a 60s look to it, kind of that almost Technicolor look. But yeah, man, when I saw that movie as a kid, that movie was so, I love that movie. That was so fun. The Oompa Loompas were kind of scary. Oh, those would be the minifigures for that would for that Willy Wonka set. It'd be fun to have those guys too. Again, such a random theme. Like if you put the Willy Wonka set in my so-called Lego city here, how eclectic can you get? You've got Star Wars, you've got Harry Potter, you've got Marvel, you've got El Dorado Fortress, you've got some random Lego city sets, you got Daily Bugle, and then you just throw in the Chocolate River in there. Talk about a kid's imagination being brought to life through Lego. So, so random, be so colorful too. I think we even have, we have the Sesame Street set that's in there. Let's see, I don't know if you can see it. It's he's kind of off to the corner there, the Sesame Street set right there next to the Lego store build in the Avengers Tower, which, you know, where else are you gonna have a Sesame Street set but next to the Avengers Tower? I mean, they're both in New York City somewhere, so that's kind of cool. Speed Champions Mater. Yeah, that would be fun, Little Bricks. That version would be fun. John Powell says, Little L, I was 6, turning 61 this year, says John Powell. Yeah, 6th decade club. That's pretty sweet. That's, you know, to stay healthy and strong and get to that point. That's pretty amazing. I was 5. I'm turning 60, says Little Bricks. Born in 66. You were 6. Oh, okay, read it wrong. Yeah, so you guys, sounds like you're just a year apart. GRC Rabbits, psh, welcome back. What's up? Haven't seen you all in a while. I know, GRC Rabbits is back. Good to see you, man. Tommy Brick says, yeah, I like the mayonnaise with the green hood, says Tommy Bricks. Brick Boss says, have you seen the leaked Lego Star Wars, the Mandalorian Sandcrawler? That's what I was talking about yesterday, Brick Boss. Alexandria was on the stream yesterday, and I said, I'm pretty sure, I'm not imagining it, but I thought there was rumor or some leaked picture of a Sandcrawler set. So you've seen it too. So the Mandalorian Sandcrawler sketches. Okay. So I'm assuming that it will be kind of, well, pretty much the same idea, the same design as the older Sandcrawler sets. Let me look that up. There was the one that was out, well, I guess now, what, 7 years ago now. But the one I was thinking about, let's see, how old was that set? What did they have the most recent? It was like retired, like 2018. Oh, they've done a few of them. Oh man, the Sandcrawlers, yeah, they've done a few. I don't know. I guess the most recent one was okay, but not the best version. I don't think it's this one. This one doesn't look right. But yeah, if they do one for Mandalorian, that'll, yeah, one of those. If it looks like that, that's gonna be cool. And I guess it depends. What kind of minifigures could they throw with it, since it would be based on the Mandalorian storyline? That would be kind of interesting. But yeah, you know, I saw that picture and then didn't really, I don't know, didn't strike me as out of the ordinary. But then when I was talking about it through the chat conversation yesterday, I was thinking, oh, wait a minute. That hasn't been a set that's been out for the longest time. Is Lego really going to re-release that set? So maybe so. That would be fun. That would be fun to get for a 2026 set. GRC Rabbit says, I haven't seen that. Does the set look good? I think so. I don't know. I only have like a faded memory of it in my mind of what it looked like. Brick Boss says, I joined the stream too late yesterday for that topic. Yeah, we just talked about it for like maybe a minute or two, but yeah, I was wondering, and I was asking other people if they heard about that as well, and Alexandria just confirmed, but I don't think we said any more. It looks pretty 2D. It looks okay, but obviously it's yet to be determined until we get some proper photo leaks. Okay, yeah, so it's still kind of in that conceptual phase. John Powell confirms, yeah, it is a set that will be coming soon. And now, that would be a set I would love to add to our Star Wars collection. We got the Mos Eisley Cantina here that I need to rebuild and kind of get. Summer will be fun, especially May. Getting back to May when they do the May the 4th series of sets. That's gonna be fun to see what all comes out and release. So I'm assuming that Sandcrawler set will be one of them, as maybe a May the 4th type of set. But yeah, getting back into Star Wars at that point will be perfect timing, and to revisit some of those builds. Although John Powell, you think you said you broke down everything and put all your Star Wars sets away. Romy Bricks, Romy Bricks, this is so cool. We're at 19 likes. We had the raid coming from Brick Together, and quite a few folks came in and said hello, and now we're getting the OGs. We got Roaming Bricks here. Brickable World says, dude, the Sandcrawler is a set I've always wanted as a kid. I think, what have they done? Like, has Lego done like 2 versions of those? Maybe more. When I looked it up, there was some older ones. Oh, this is the one. I think this was the one that was most recent. This is the one right here. Let me see. Can I zoom in? 75220. This is the one I think that was the most recent right here, this one. I think that's the one that was retired somewhere around 2018 or 2019, but I didn't act on that one. I don't know. It looked okay. I think it was already over $100. There was that, and the other one I was considering was Darth Vader's castle, and kind of went back and forth, and like, you know what? I'm sticking with Ninjago City, my favorite set of all time, and just got that and was happy. And I think I made the right call on that one. So yeah, Romy Bricks is here. Brickable World says they would always want that set. GRC Rabbit says, did you order any Bricklink designer sets? GRC Rabbits, I was thinking about that, looking at what's there. From Series 7, that Privateer Fortuna looks pretty sweet. That's a cool looking set. It's definitely, I would guess, like what, Napoleonic Wars, if you're into history, kind of looks about that time period, or maybe a little bit before that, kind of like late 1700s, late 1700s, early 1800s kind of looking ship, and then 20 minifigures. I mean, these are cool looking figs. Even got the I think the, what do you call it, the lady they put on the bow of the ship there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then they have some assorted animals. Maybe those count as minifigures. So maybe it's more like, what, 16 minifigures? But yeah, the Marines, the Marine uniforms, love those with the tricorner hats. So I'm all over that. There was a TV series that was out in the 90s. I think it went maybe a little into the early 2000s, called based on a series of books called Horatio Hornblower, and I love that series. So that kind of set reminds me of that TV series, which was so good. Lego should do something on that one. Well, I guess maybe that Bricklink designer might inspire it. Brickable World says the older one is better, which is what I'm referring to, says Brickable World. Oh yeah, for the Sandcrawler. Yeah, that's what other people said when that second series of the Sandcrawler came out. Brick Boss says, I'm surprised we haven't got Battle of Endor Bunker. True. A remake set since the original one's made back in around 2009. Yeah, that one, I didn't even know that set existed. That would be a fun one. Then you got something where, you know, you've got something land-based and it's not all ships, actual land battle, kind of like the Hoth battle. That would be, you can do some more versions of that. John Powell says about 50 Star Wars sets taken apart so far. My UCS sets are next. Oh wow, John Powell, you're gonna take apart your UCS sets. Oh man, that's gonna be as much. Well, that's gonna be painful. All that work you put into it, you're gonna take it apart. I guess it depends on which ones you have, John Powell. I can't remember which ones you have. If it was the Millennium Falcon, though, I would not. I would just leave that put together. Yeah, which UCS sets are on the list? Yeah. Rummy Brick says, are you packing the old sets or letting them go? Says Rummy Bricks. Brick Boss says, Lego, make new or remake old sets. Release the 100th Luke Landspeeder. Oh, that would be fun. Hey, I got one of those on hand. I think this was the newest one. This was probably one of the better ones too. The Landspeeder. That's a really cool build. Speaking of builds, I'm not doing any of the Jurassic Park build here. This is too fun to talk about all these other things. John Powell is going to dismantle the AT-AT, the gunship, the Razor Crest, and the TIE Interceptor. Oh, really, John Powell? You're going to take apart the Razor Crest? That was a good one. Romy Brick says the Arkham Asylum was re-released after 10 years before its earlier version was in the past. Okay, so yeah, some time could go past. So 2009 though for the what was it called? The indoor bunker. That's a lot. That's a lot. We're well beyond the 10-year mark on that then. And if they're going to retire the UCS Millennium Falcon, are they going to do another one, version 3? Brickable World says, is that Ent a custom mock or from the Isengard set? This is from the Orthonk Tower. I guess you could say the Isengard set, but it's an alt brick. But yeah, really good build. Came together quite nicely. And I'm impressed by these alt brick versions of Lord of the Rings. And I think, again, favorite being King Theoden here. A really cool minifig, and look at the design on his shield and helmet. So yeah, not too bad for an alt brick set. The pieces feel pretty much like Lego, so it's crazy. John Powell says, keeping the sail barge, Mos Eisley, R2-D2, and the regular Falcon. Okay, so John Powell, you're not gonna put all your work back in storage. Are you getting rid of, selling, or any of your old sets? Says Tommy. Brickable World says, amazing. John Powell says, also have the UCS Luke's Landspeeder. Not open yet. Brick Boss says, last year we moved, and I'll tell you this, moving and packing the Lego builds, modulars, and small stuff was more stressful than moving the furniture. Brick Boss, we've done that. We've done a move where, yeah, I don't think I had half of what's behind me, but yeah, we did that. We did a big move, and I had everything pretty organized, and I, meticulously took apart everything. I packaged everything according to theme. So Lego City sets went all in one crate, Ninjago went in another, Marvel, and then it got a little bit messy with, creator sets. It didn't have that many of those and some other themes. But yeah, I was very meticulous. Labeled those things, sealed them up because we had to have a mover come and pretty much take everything and kind of do the rest for us. But yeah, that was a bit of a stressful moment. I agree. Versus the furniture. Well, we didn't move any furniture actually because we're moving overseas, so we moved back to the U.S. So I guess those were the biggest parts of the move, or that we put in. I put them in a bunch of those IKEA kind of Sterilite looking crates, and that worked out really well. And then I could see through the crates what was all packaged in there without having to like dig through all the bunch of boxes or whatever and see, okay, where are these certain sets and themes? and everything was easy to find. I'd done it so well, it was kind of a bummer to see my kids open them up and start building again, and seeing all that work of packaging it nicely kind of be taken apart. But totally worth it because everything survived. John Powell says, might eventually sell them. Oh yeah, I haven't done any of that yet. I've been considering that myself. Brickable World says, I had the Helm's Deep set as a kid, Indiana Jones, Atlantis. Oh, the Atlantis sets. And so much, lost everything in storage when I was 12. Oh my goodness, talk about a small fortune. Tommy Brick says, let me know, JP, if you're gonna sell. Brick Boss says, what's your opinion on fake Lego? Say for like Cloud City, Boba Fett, or Bizarro Superman, those figs are ridiculously expensive. Yeah, Brick Boss, my opinion on the alt bricks is get them sparingly. I've gotten a few, primarily because the price can't be beat, and I really want to check out the build, and because the retired version of the sets are so expensive, I figured it's worth testing out to see, just simply out of curiosity, to test them out and see how good they are. I wouldn't want to base a whole collection off of those. But yeah, in terms of like just giving it a try, it seems I've had good luck with it. Ordering it, of course, takes time. It's like a long process. Like the shipping just takes forever, like almost 2 months. And you end up they end up not giving you all the pieces you need. Thankfully, it's kind of basic pieces that are missing, like 1x2 plates or 1x4 plates, or kind of the bigger plates, but they're all just the flat pieces. None of the specialized pieces end up missing, but it's still, I don't know, that can take away from the experience. But then you think about, yeah, you're basically paying 10 to 15% of the price. Then of course you are willing to forego any dissatisfaction when it comes to that part. But yeah, I think for me that it was just like, I want to see what the build experience is like for especially these older Lord of the Rings sets. And then, at some point, if it's worth the time, or Lego kind of goes on this slump of not really anything worth getting, then considering getting the real sets. But yeah, I'm satisfied with the alt brick ones. Okay, finally, I guess I'm connecting. Oh, okay, this is probably like the hip piece of the T-Rex here. Man, all that, I definitely could have done that faster, but the discussions were, okay, so something recognizable there. There's a T-Rex. I don't know, what would this be, like its hind leg or hip flexor or something? I don't know, something like that. JB Bricks, hello. What are you building, JB Bricks? I don't know if you can tell, I'm working on a Jurassic Park set here. This is the T-Rex breakout. The T-Rex is in process, and this is the other part that's been finished. So, slowly getting through this, yes. Oh, thanks, Brick Boss, telling him which one it is. John Powell says, if I sell it, I would probably it would just be local for selling sets. Yeah, that's the hard part, is doing shipping and all that. Especially international. Yeah, I don't know. Those people that own their own Bricklink store, I don't know how that works out in terms of profitability in their time, but I guess they have it worked out. Brick Boss says, I'll always remember the day younger me, little me, traded Davy Jones from the Black Pearl set for a Star Wars snow monster. Little kid sensibilities. That's so fun. You gotta laugh at that though, right? You are. John Powell says, I've got the snow monster fig, says John Powell. Alexandria is here. Now we are complete. Alexandria, I feel like this was the best. We got the raid earlier with Brick Together and Tommy Bricks and Mayo, and now Romy Bricks has joined in, and Alexandria's here. John Powell's here. All the OGs plus the new Gs. Very cool. Brick Boss says, Selling local or trading into bricks and figs or Whoppy is all good. Hey, R&B is here. Psh, R&B is here as well. This is a good Wednesday live stream, getting all the cool people from the community here for as much time as they can be. And we are at the 21 likes. Tommy Bricks knew it, called it, and there we go. Alexandria the Great. Psh, yes, Romy Bricks. Well said, my friend. Historic Lego. Got to go back to that. That would be cool. An Alexander the Great set. They've got the Pyramid of Giza. Why not do the lighthouse at Alexandria, or the library at Alexandria? There'd be some cool historic set pieces. They did the Roman Colosseum a while back. They've done a mini version of the Great Wall. In fact, there was like a, I don't know if it was a gift with purchase, but you could, through Lego Insiders, get the mini builds of the Great Wall, the Taj Mahal, the palace at Petra, and there was some other one. Oh, it was the Acropolis, or no, the Parthenon. The Parthenon, that little it was like the Wonders of the World set or something. That was pretty sweet. But yeah, if they did a bigger version like they did for the Roman Colosseum, or like they have for the Pyramid of Giza, man, might have to consider one of those. The Roman Colosseum, that was like kind of up there with huge architecture sets. That one was pretty pricey, and I remember there was some modification or versions that you could take the Roman Colosseum and actually build a castle out of it, fairly good sized castle. So Romy Brick says, I've got all the Batman figs. Brick Boss says, Ryan, it's pretty good. How's your night? Yes, good to see all you guys. Did Lego Clutch Powers ever get a theme, or was it just the movie? Oh, interesting, Brick Boss. I think he became a minifig. John Powell says, wouldn't do bricks and minifigs to sell his sets. You only get 25 cents on the dollar. Basically giving it away. Yeah, I don't know what, a lot of people keep that whole franchise in business by doing that. Maybe it's out of convenience. Maybe they think they'll do better than selling it on their own, or I don't know. Or maybe, I guess another way is you do a trade. Maybe it's worth it then, but I've never done any of that. I've never sold any of our Lego sets, and I've considered it, but not seriously. And then, yeah, what venue do you use? Or do you just do it privately, like a social media post, or Facebook Marketplace or something like that? I don't know how Bricklink's setting up a Bricklink store would be. There's so many of them. I guess it just depends on what you have in your collection that people would be wanting to buy from you. And then I know you'd have to give up a percentage there. Plus, I think being on the, I don't know. I'm guessing if you open your own Bricklink store, that also requires some money out of pocket just to set that up. So, yeah, selling Lego, that's the challenge. I guess you could do Whatnot. That's another, I've heard that being used as a version a lot lately. When we lived overseas, there was a cool app called Wallapop. You could just post whatever you wanted to sell on there, and you get a lot of people utilizing that for buying used items off of whatever. And I bought several cool Lego sets, used ones off of that. Kind of like just WhatsApp or something. It was just like a messenger app. But yeah, that was actually something worth taking advantage of. I think that app still exists. I don't know. Maybe it was more popular overseas. I did see it over here in the US, but never used it. So interesting stuff. Are you going to get the Minas Tirith? Ooh, Brickable World. Yeah, I'm waiting to see. That's gonna be interesting timing, because that's after the May the 4th. And then my main goal this year is to work my way up to getting a UCS set, but I don't know if I'll get there, to be honest. They're so pricey. Um, yeah, but the Minas Tirith, that one looks cool. I never got any of the big Lord of the Rings sets right away, so I don't mind waiting on that one. Of course, they do try to tempt you with some kind of gift with purchase. And the when the Barad-dûr set came out, that Fell Beast gift with purchase was pretty sweet looking. I ended up finding a alt brick version of that. We did a Lego YouTube short on that one. It was called the Feel Beast of Lord of the Rings, but the build was all there. It was the same looking thing and all that. It was a pretty cool looking build, and got it for like 11 bucks. So not bad, because I think that gift with purchase is like well over $100 if you want to get that one today. So yeah, it'll be interesting with the Minas Tirith set what theme, or I'm pretty sure Lego's gonna come up with a pretty impressive gift with purchase to get people to, you know, feel the FOMO and get that set ASAP. So of course that it sells out right away and all that. I don't know, maybe they've already leaked what it'll be. R&B says, by the way, I bought all the new Smart Brick Lego Star Wars sets. What do you think about me buying them? Are you getting them too? Definitely not interested in those, R&B. So you'll have to tell us how effective they are with the new technology. Brick Boss says, depends on how much you want. But yeah, at John Powell. Oh, Brick Boss, some guys are interested in John Powell's UCS sets. The Lighthouse at Alexandria would be amazing. I know, Alexandria, that would be so cool, especially for you. But yeah, that just sounds cool. I love those Lego historic sets. Would definitely consider that one. I you know, I want to get, I like that Pyramid of Giza one, although I think, well, the thing that I have seen it on sale on Amazon almost all the time, but I think lately it might have sold out. I don't know, but I know it's still available. I think they're going to retire that one. That's a cool build. Definitely more of like an architecture set. No minifigs, which would be so cool if you got like just a CMF kind of minifig with that set, like a pharaoh, or yeah, maybe a pharaoh and a mummy, because Lego's done CMFs with that kind of theme. Or I guess you could look those up and get it yourself. But yeah, Lighthouse at Alexandria with an Alexander the Great minifig. How awesome would that be? It just gets easy to spot type of deal if you want a quick sell and don't mind the price, like wanting to get a sell done. Makes sense to use BrickLink, Facebook, eBay, or even private. Yeah, BrickLink also gets a cut off of everything you sell. Brick Boss says, at this point, everything, there's a percentage, yeah, that taps into the seller's revenue. Very true. Yeah, I was referring to what I said, Brick Therapy said. Brick Boss says, you bought all of them. Drop Bear Brick says, what's raid? Oh, funny, Drop Bear Bricks. Basically, if you are in well, I'm you know, new to this terminology also, but basically if you're watching one of our, so like let's say Romy Bricks is live streaming after me, then all of us that were watching my live stream, we would all jump in on his live stream and raid the live stream, which is so fun because then you get all the cool people saying hello and leaving a like. They need to make a BrickTherapy23 Lego set, says Chris Vick. Hey, Chris Vick, how fun. I know. What imagination could go with, well, turn this guy into a minifig. So this is the sig fig here and little Brick Therapy. We could do the BrickTherapy23 Lego Studio Workshop with all our sets behind us in miniature build. Brick Boss says, Raid Show Legends, right? Exactly. Romy Brick says, yes, I saw that, Romy Brick. You do have the Pyramid of Giza. And I know, well, it's like the front half, right? So I think I've seen people talk about getting two of those and then combining it to make a full pyramid, which is Sounds so fun. Johan, I think it says Johan Venturini. Hey, welcome, Johan. What is the set? The one I'm building is the Jurassic Park T-Rex Breakout. Here's the Jeep. This is bag 1 and 2. This is a 1,212 piece set, and now I'm working on the T-Rex, working specifically on its bottom leg here, or at least its other leg. And I keep losing my place because there's a lot of plate pieces that go into this. So yeah, it is a fun build. And I was thinking earlier, if you wanted to, if you had all these pieces in green, you could make a pretty cool looking Godzilla if you wanted to turn it into a totally different theme, which would be kind of fun. So yeah, make a Godzilla version of the T-Rex here, and you know, have a fun mod in that sense. So let's see here. Oh, let's see, did I skip? Okay, undo that. Got the other hind leg. What do you know? And wait a second. Oh, there we go. This doesn't seem right. Oh, there's the way. Ah, I misplaced. There we go. That looks right. And then this must, which way did this one go? Points inward. It's got to point inward. Okay. Now we got the right orientation of the, what's that? The left leg here. Very cool. You don't get too many of these connections. So here's a cool click power. There you go. Always a fun Lego snap. D&M Bricks was appreciating that yesterday. So Bricked Up Studios. That's so iconic. Hey, Bricked Up Studios. Good to see you. Yo on Adventure, welcome. Brick Boss says, I got to skedaddle. Champs, got to get up early tomorrow to see my old man in the care home. Take care. I'll catch you guys around. Keep up the fun streams. Brick Boss, thanks for being here, man. And looking forward to seeing you guys come back again soon and join in the fun stream. Thanks so much for being here. Chris Vick says, here's an idea for your son. You know, Chris Vick, you missed my son. He came and said hello on the live stream. You always come after the fact. But you have an idea. Lego could do a World Cup soccer stadium Lego set. Yes, he kind of did his own version of it's still here. It's got kind of a stadium build right here, kind of a play scale version. I know Lego's done 3. I think they've done 3 football stadiums. One for Barcelona, Real Madrid, and what's the other one? It's English Premier team. Was it for Manchester U? I forget the name of the stadium. It was like the old something. Anyway, yeah, they've done 3 football stadiums, but yeah, World Cup one would be good. That would be fun. Alexander's saying hello to Bricked Up Studios. Oh snap, he broke his leg. I know, it was a good snap though. R&B says, I have purchased the official Lego Stranger Things Barb SDC. Oh, the Comic-Con one, 2019 exclusive, unopened while watching the stream. Wow, R&B with the Lego budget. Chris Vick says, oh, I'm old news. I don't collect Lego, only sports cards, wrestling figures, and sports bobbleheads. That's fun, Chris Vick. Which sports teams are you a fan of, man? Hey, Tidge, he's back. Have you used Star Wars Lego? Yes, I think I showed it earlier, the White Falcon. If you rewind the live stream about 30 minutes ago, we do have Star Wars Lego. So yes, gotta have, you become a Lego collector, you gotta have Star Wars Lego. It's just the thing to do. I would say if you are only gonna get one Lego Star Wars set, you can disagree or affirm. I would say get one version of the Millennium Falcon, whatever one you can afford, whether it's the mid-scale version or the micro version or like the Dark Falcon, which is retiring. Get one of those. The Dark Falcon's an awesome one. It's not a Canon set, but man, it is so fun. It's a great play on the characters. You get a white Darth Vader. It's just a lot of an albino Darth Vader, I guess you could call him. So yeah, just a cool build overall. You would enjoy it if you're just gonna get one Lego Star Wars set. It's a theme worth getting because it's so overpriced. It's a theme worth getting at least one. And then yeah, pick another theme that you could enjoy just as much. Marvel is fun, Ninjago is fun. Gosh, Lego architectures. There's so many other themes to get into. So that's my 2 cents on that. That's awesome, says Chris Vick. Yeah, there's some other things you can collect for sure. Chris Vick says all sports. NBA, Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Braves for the MLB, Cincinnati Bengals, NFL, NHL, Boston Bruins. All fun. Tish says, I have the Coruscant Guard gunship. Psh, that's a cool set. Very cool set. R&B says, when are you going to build the Lego Movie 1 set? Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'll get to it, man. You can tell how fast I'm moving here. Tish gets a high five. Yes. Chris Vick says, the Lego Movie. Gosh, I'm old news. How are you old news, Chris Vick? That one's... These are all sets you can come back to, whether you just discover them for the first time or not. They're still around. They're still around and to be built. That's why I mentioned the Apocalypseburg set as would be a highlight set to get, man. Would be a great highlight set to get. Okay, this T-Rex foot piece is quite a lot of detail. My goodness. Piece after piece after piece. Oops. The wrong way, of course. These are not fun to reset on. Let me try it again with this one. There's a lot that goes into this T-Rex foot here. Oh, there it is. Let me try this again. Let's go that way. There's like 20 Lego pieces in this T-Rex foot. I guess it has to be though. It's a T-Rex foot. Okay, and then we got his talons, all kinds of slow pieces, specialized pieces, one by one, single stud pieces. My goodness, are there a lot of pieces to this set? Crazy towns. But I think we got it here. All right. Do I have everything in the right place? That's an imposing T-Rex claw / foot piece. And we'll snap it in place and let's see, how did I do this? Oh, gotta put it that way. All right, there you go. Does that look more like a dinosaur coming to life? So there you go. Let's see. Chris Vick says I was going through Thursday live streams and I found your stream when you were with your son and I enjoyed your live stream. Thanks, Chris Vick. Yeah, he was here earlier. He said hello. Don't worry, he'll be back, my friend. Never was a Lego guy. Don't have the patience. That's okay. You can. I'm glad you just join in and you join our live streams, Chris Vick. It's just fun having you here in the chat. Yeah, you don't have to own Lego to enjoy it, watching it be built. I agree. There's just some cool things about it. So, all right, guys, I'm losing my voice, and it's late for all of you. You need to go to bed. So, except for Roman Bricks, he's already into his Thursday. But thanks, guys, for being here. Love having you here on the live stream. Thanks for the 25 likes, Alexandria, Tommy Bricks, all you cool people out there for joining. Thanks to Brick Together and Mayo and Tommy and John Powell for leading the raid, and then having Chris Vick here come in near the end, and R&B, and just seeing so many of you guys. Bricked Up Studios, Brickmeister, Brickable World, all you guys, thanks again for being here. Have a good one. I will see you on the next